Hey guys, Ashley here. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about forming and talking to people, building relationships. So, what is forming? So, forming is a method that we teach in order for you to get to know somebody. So, when you're talking to a potential customer or client or anybody, before you ever get into Beachbody anything, I want you to build a relationship with that person. I want you to get to know them. You're really building a level of trust because you're going to be selling them a product that they have to trust you with. It's their health and fitness. It's very personal to a lot of people. And if you don't have a connection with them, you're going to come off like a salesman, and nobody wants to buy anything from a salesman. So, in order for you to break down that barrier and build this relationship with them, you have to form them. And forming is an acronym from Danny Johnson, and it means family, occupation, recreation, and message. So it's really simple. You talk to them, ask a ton of questions. So family, do you live around here? Do you have kids? How old are they? Boys or girls? Are you married? For how long? These questions are get the person talking about themselves and gives you a chance to learn about them. You can also share your answers for some of the same questions if you don't want to have a linear conversation, but at the same time you want to stay in control of the conversation. So you always want to give them a reason to answer you back. So you always want to um, had the last thing be a question. Oh, do you have kids? Oh, Green, how old are they? I have, two kids, and, they're 3 and 5 months, and I haven't slept in 3 years. And, do you live around here? And how long? Just literally conversation. Because you're okay, so you're doing this in order to figure out how what you have is going to fit into their life. So you have to know about them before you can say, okay, here's this great thing and it's going to change your life and this is how. So occupation is you ask about their job. What do you do for a living? Do you like it? How many vacations do you get a year? When's the last time you went off? When's the last time you had a day off? Um, if it's an industry that you're familiar with, ask something about it. Or if it's an industry you know nothing about, ask about it. Learn about them. Your job is to build this relationship with them. So if they are, in computer sales or something crazy you know nothing about, be like, oh my God, well, I never heard of that. Do you like it? Do you, what do you do every day? Do you sit at a desk all day? Do you travel for work? Just get them talking about it. You want to know, do they enjoy what they do? Is there room for them to be a coach in their life? Really sit down and figure out, their life. Recreation. This one's easy. What do you like to do for fun? What do you do on the weekends? Do you have a hobby? Do you play sports? Um, just anything. Get them talking about their life. Now, recreation is important because you're trying to figure out if they have disposable income. So if they go on 7 vacations a year, then you're probably not going to get a price objection because they could probably afford what you have. If they haven't been on vacation in 3 years, then you might get a price objection because they're living paycheck to paycheck. So it's your job to build this whole relationship before you can deliver your message. And message is the last part of forming. So if and I want this to last as long as possible. Like, I don't want this to be, 5 minute conversation and then go right into Beachbody. I want you to build all these relationships, and you don't do everything at the same time, and you're building these relationships to bring Beachbody in down the road. And especially if it's people that from high school or people you've lost connection with, just by getting to know them. If you're doing this through Facebook especially, they're going to see everything you're doing because you are in constant contact with them. So that's a whole nother reason you want to get in contact with people, learn about their lives. But it's really, the whole thing is really about building a trusting relationship with them. So the last part is message. When you feel the conversation winding down or you're ready to move on, it's time to deliver your message. Now, This is the time that using key things you share during a conversation. Here's a key example. Listen, Joe. I really enjoyed meeting and speaking with you. Earlier while we were chatting, I heard you say how much you hated your job, how much you dislike having your baby in daycare, to live in an apartment when you much rather own a home. Now, I don't do this for everyone, but I think I might have a way to help you. I really need to be on my way as I have an appointment in 10 minutes, but I'm free this afternoon around 4 p.m. Let me have your number and I'll call you at 4:15 to share some information that I have that may help you get your baby at a daycare. Simple, to the point. You want to get in contact with them, but you don't want to deliver everything right at that moment. You want to set a specific time to talk about them, to talk to this about them, and let them know, what we have, what our job is, what it's done for you, what it can do for them. That's all forming is, and it's really simple. It doesn't have to be this big, complicated thing. Basically, is just getting to know the person and just getting them to talk about themselves. As a hairdresser, I'm going to tell you, everybody loves to talk about themselves. I ask a million questions a day about them. And one of the reasons I know that I've built a clientele for so long is when they come in the next time, I remember the conversation that we had the last time and I ask about it. So if we talked about you going on your cruise, the next time you come in, I would say, oh my God, how was your cruise? Or if it was something with your kid in school or whatever it is, whatever we spoke about that last time, I'll remember a few little things. And even if I'm wrong, it's always like, oh no, that didn't happen last time, but that happened the time before. And, it's about relationships. People are buying this business because of you, not because of the products, because of you. You've built a relationship with them, you have a connection with them. So that's how you're going to build this business. That's how you're going to find coaches, because you have built this relationship with people that people want to connect to you. So that's all forming it. It's really simple. Basically, just get them to talk about themselves as much as possible. Set a time, speak about Beachbody if they're interested, whatever. If you feel like at the end of the conversation that they can benefit from then set a time and speak to them and let them hear what you have to say. And if it's no, great. It's no. It's fine. If it's great, if it's yes, even better. Let's get you moving. Let's get your baby out of daycare. Let's get you, retired from your job. Let's get you making a mortgage payment in 1 week. Whatever it is, like let's get the ball rolling. So that's all forming is. So if you have any questions, message me and we can talk about it. If you want, we can form each other. Like you can do it to me and I'll answer you. And, we can do role play kind of one-on-one if you still don't understand what's going on. So, all right, guys, talk to you soon.